Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Blue Badge Crypto, bringing you another Bitcoin and market update. But listen, if you're not already on the Twitter, get over there at Blue Badge Crypto. That's where you get the most time-sensitive alerts on trends, trading, and analysis in the market. 7 Bitcoin, guys. We're going to start out zoomed in here on the 2-hour chart, guys, okay? If you've been following the updates, you've been following Twitter, you know that we've just been constantly dumping down here. And I've let y'all know, just stay patient here, since back here, just stay patient on this and let Bitcoin kind of do its thing. We have now created a macro lower low, and we'll get into that, guys. But essentially on this price action, ever since we had this fake pump out of here, out of this descending wedge pattern right here, we've been in a constant dump, and people have been very eager and impatient to long each and every one of these support bounces. And people have just been getting demolished trying to do so. People are trying to long here, long there, long there. I mean, everyone's just is real eager to just long every single one of these support bounces. And unless you're just in there scalping all these little tiny lower time frames, you just got wrecked trying to long all these. I mean, look at all these little support bounces that everyone was trying to long right here, guys. And unless you knew exactly what you're doing on those very micro time frames, you probably got pretty hurt doing that. So what we're looking at now, guys, is we are below all of these pink lines at our next level right here on this chart is 31610, guys. And we even potentially have this old channel coming back into play now, guys, that we've utilized so many times in the past. Hasn't been utilized since back here in March, guys. But that could potentially come back in play. We'll see how fruitful it is if or when price were to get down here, if it reacts to it. We'll see what happens there. If not, maybe remove it from the chart, guys. But that's potentially coming back in play. Our line there at 31610, guys. Let's pull up the RSI real quick. Obviously, it's been incredibly oversold. Hasn't been down at this level essentially. I mean, the last time was back here in April, but it just peaked down there really quick. Otherwise, the last time was in January when we had this big dump back here in January right here, guys. So RSI on the lower time frames is obviously getting way oversold here, but during massive dump offs and capitulation, it can stay in that zone for a while without recovering. Even just a little bit of sideways makes that recover right there, guys. So let's zoom over to our supply and demand zone chart, guys, here on the daily view and see what we have going on here. And we have made, like I said, a new macro lower low here, guys. Okay, so right here we do have a new low. Okay, so we came down and broke this low, guys. So anyone saying we weren't going to go back below 33K, well, now we're back below 33K right here, guys. So typically what you see on this is that if in this macro perspective, if we do come down and make a new low, you typically get some type of recovery back here. I wouldn't even be surprised to come all the way, somewhere back up here to, 34K or so. But typically once you created that new low, it is now broken and the floodgates have now been opened, guys. So you would logically think that we would come back down here and test these lows right here, guys. Okay, that says what market structure would say from a logical standpoint. One could expect to come back down here and at least test these lows down here, guys. Okay, so that's what we're looking at there. Let's pull up that weekly view, guys, and just a reminder, if you're following the Twitter, then you're aware of this, but each and every time, guys, that we have had a 1-week candle close, okay, so this is the weekly chart, we had a 1-week candle close below the 100 EMA on this weekly view. We have always, each and every time, come back down and at minimum tested the 200 EMA, which currently sits at roughly about 27K or so right now, guys, okay? Each and every time we've had a candle close below, okay? So we had a candle close right here. It actually tried to come back up, and we eventually tested that 200 EMA right here. Obviously, this was another candle close below that 100 EMA as well. We have very similar price action right here, guys, where we had a candle close below, had a capitulation event, and at minimum came and tested that 200 EMA right there, guys. Same story back here. Each and every time we've had a candle close, we had a candle close below, we come back down and test that 200 EMA at a minimum, guys, and actually each and every time it's actually gone lower than that, but that's just a good reference point to have right there, guys. So that's pretty good as far as a telling point on this weekly view of where to know where price could find some type of bottom here. Again, as of right now, I think my peak level that we could come down to, I'm personally eyeing around that 23K or so. If we do get this further capitulation event, right? If, you know, these lows over here don't hold, right? These lows right here, if we come down further and we fail to hold these lows, I'd be personally looking in that 23K range or so, kind of right in there, guys. So that's what we're looking at. Again, just stay patient. There's no need to try and be a hero and buy the absolute bottom right here. Wait for some type of reversal. Don't just fall victim to one of these, you know, why would you do this next one, right? All these have failed. Why try and buy this support bounce, right? So just stay patient, guys. Don't try and get in and rush into long positions and think that, oh, bottom's in, I'm going to go finally dump all my money into the market. If you have any left, just stay patient here, guys. If we are going to bottom here and at least get some type of, you know, bounce reversal, wait for that confirmation, right? Wait till we create those higher highs and more on these macro views, guys, and I'll update on that. But that's what we're looking at, guys. These lower time frames, I mean, we're just dumping down to these levels. Don't try and catch all these bounces, guys. So if you enjoyed the video, if you found it helpful, throw a like down, throw a comment. Thanks for watching today, guys.